How's it going, everybody? I got asked a bunch of times to go over my Livescope settings. So let's do it and jump right into it. All right, I have my sonar off. It's not in the water. You want to keep it off. If you're not in the water, it'll get too hot. You can do that by pressing this pause button here, or you can go into the menu if you have one like mine and turn transmission off. So gain, I have mine currently set to 64. I change it every time I'm out. Depends on the water clarity, a lot of things, how much silt's in the water, if there's a lot of bait around. I change the gain a lot of times. You're going to change this every time you go out, so don't pay too much attention to that. Depth I do like to keep where I can see just barely the bottom. That gives me the most amount I can have on my screen at one time. Forward range, I keep this at 30 foot out. That lets me know what size fish I'm targeting. If I keep it the same distance out, the fish are the same size on the screen. If you push that out to 100 feet, fish are going to appear real small. It's going to be hard to tell what size the fish are, things like that. So you really know what to fish for and what not to fish for. So when we go into sonar setup here, the first tab, we're just going to go through them all. It's going to be my appearance. I like the color scheme blue. You can use whatever you want. I like all of the color schemes that have 3 colors. So it's like blue specifically has red, is really bright red return when you see a fish or like you're pointing straight at that target. The other ones that have single colors, it's a little darker in the middle, but I like that it's a complete color change when you see it. So my color gain is on default. A lot of people mess with this. It is similar to gain. If you want to mess with it, you can. Mine's on default. We're just going over what mine is here. Color limit is set to 30%. Trails is off. Bottom fill is off. We're going to go back. We're going to go to layout. I personally like to show the grid. It lets me see exactly how big those fish are. If I have the grid on and I see that every 2 foot is a square, then I know that that fish is about 2 foot long or 1 foot long. I know more accurately the size and type of fish I'm targeting. Scroll history, I do not want any history on here. On-screen controls, I do show. You can turn it off if you want your screen. Those buttons that were down here at the beginning, if you want those to be gone, it's up to you. Copy transit off. None of these layout ones really matter. So noise reject, I have set to high. Ghost reject, I also have set to high. The time varying gain, I have off. Overlay data. This is just what shows up if you want to show the depth, the water temp, the voltage, the speed, time of day. I have it all showing for me. Under the installation tab, install depth. This is how far down your transducer is in the water. This only really affects accurately reading depths and distance on your graph. You do want to measure this the first time out, but after that, it's pretty much the same. Stabilization is on auto. This is if you want to recalibrate your compass, which you do sometimes. I'm kind of going to show you a trick to get out of some of this calibration stuff. Orientation, I always have mine set to forward. By default, it will set to auto, and it will try to move. If there's a wave or something, sometimes it pulls the boat up and it wants to change you into down or perspective or something like that. Focus I have on auto refresh. Those are those lines you see that come down. Sometimes you'll see like a blurry section of it. Sometimes they won't be lined up so good. I'm going to show you at the end how you can mess with that a little bit better. Okay, if you're out on the water and you got all these settings how you want them to be, if you can come in, you can come into this other menu right next to here. You're going to want to hit the star, and you can actually save a custom profile. That way your settings are saved if it gets restored or whatever. And let me show you what I do all the time. I come in here, I'll go on sonar setup, installation, and restore sonar defaults. I do this almost every single trip. I will restore my sonar defaults, and that is because it'll recalibrate the focus and all that stuff automatically. Sometimes if you see those cones coming down and they're not lining up correctly, or you have one's blurry and it shows like the bottom is broken up, a lot of times you can just come in here and restore sonar defaults. It's gonna go crazy, and then you can come back in here, go to your save settings, go to your settings, and automatically change those back over. There's a couple, for whatever reason, that don't change, and that would be your installation is going to be orientation. I'm going to put back to forward, and your depths are going to be on auto. So just remember your depth and forward range are going to be on auto. Everything else is going to be fine. I go back to putting my depth range, you know, where I want it to be. Oops. Again, go to forward, go put it where I want it to be, and it's gonna save all of those other settings for you. And that is a quick way if you're having any weird stuff, blurriness, the cone's not lining up. If you have a saved profile, you can go and reset it, and all you have to do is take those depths off of auto and change it back to forward facing, and that's it. And those are my settings for Livescope. I hope this helps somebody. Do remember that on the recording, a lot of times the Livescope screen looks a lot better, a lot better on the recordings that you're going to see from us content creators than it does on our actual screen itself. I don't know why. It's a little bit more clear, but those are the settings I have that y'all requested. Let me know if any of y'all do anything different, and have a good day.